come with that. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, sometimes you just remember some good shit. Welcome to the Bottom of the Bottle podcast.
What's going on, good people? Y'all heard that. Welcome to the Bottom of the Bottle podcast, the BOTB show, whatever you want to refer to it as. We in the community this evening. You know what I'm talking about? I'm your host, Jay Walker III. That's my co-host, Carolina Dirt 803. What is good with you?
Saturday night. I got my drink. I got my chaser. I got my mic. I got my headphones. I'm ready to roll.
Hey, man, look, we going to get into this thing, man. Look, again, we in the community, you know what I'm saying? And we have us a community advisor of sorts. He is part of the Bottom of the Bottle Club, and we're going to bring him into the building. What's going on, Cee Hess? What you doing this good Saturday night?
Hey, man, I'm just sitting around chilling, man. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing nothing. Just sitting around the house, just lounging, man.
Hey, man, look, it's a good night to shoot the shit, man. Like, I welcome the group in, man. Y'all pregame before y'all go out. We give y'all some thought-provoking material and whatnot, man. We just gonna see where it go this evening. But as always, we start off with what we call first call, man. We just walked into the bar. We ain't quite familiar, so we just gonna do a dry run. 10 questions, no right or wrong answer. Kind of give people a pulse on what you about. So, my first question to you. What is the
Hey, say that again, bro.
Yeah, you froze.
I'm sorry. Worst job you ever had?
You know what, man? The worst job I ever had, I was let me see, I was about 13, maybe 14 years old, man. I worked in this pet shop. And bro, this was back in the back in the 80s. So they was folks was paying me under the table, right? You know, because I was underage, I couldn't work anyway, man. Man, these folks paid me like $1 a day, right? And I worked like on the weekends, I could work on the weekends, man. So
how old are you?
How old am I?
You're about to say you had that job in 1929, $1 a day.
No, man, I'm 49, man. But yeah, this was in the 80s, man. Bro, they was paying me under the table. You know what I'm saying? So it was like $1 a day, and I would come down on the weekends, man. Like, you know, on the weekends and work, man, bro. I had to clean out these dog cages, bird cages, these damn parrots and all that stuff, man, bro. That's the worst thing I ever did. You know what I'm saying?
The question is, how long you worked there?
You know what? I worked there probably about 2 months. You know, and what happened was like a parrot or something died. You know what I mean? And they blamed me for it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I had to do was clean cages. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Martin, my mama parrot, my mama bird.
Yeah, right.
My mama bird.
Yeah, bro, that's the worst job I ever had, man.
Okay. Favorite car you've owned in your lifetime?
You know what? My favorite car is what I got now, man. I got my F-150. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, once you get a truck, you might own a car, but you will never go back. You know what I'm saying? To you know what I'm saying? Hey, them trucks, bro, F-150. That's my favorite car of all time.
Yeah, man. Gotta sit up high, gotta get the big mirrors. I don't know why they don't put them. It would only help.
Yeah, man. Ford. Hey, you know what's crazy? I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about that. So, like, most of my family got like Chevys and GMCs. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my family, from my great granddaddy, all of them, they got you know, Chevys and GMCs. So, you know, when I got that Ford, I stepped outside the family. You know what I'm saying? So my dad was like, "Man, don't park that thing in front of my house." You know, but hey, that mother, bro, it's a 2004. I still got it. Ain't never had any type of issues with it. You know what I'm saying? So the Ford, what they built for it tough.
I got a 2000 F-150. I done heard them all, cuz found on road dead, fucked over, rebuilt Dodge.
Fix and repair daily.
Hey, I done heard them all, cuz my truck's still running.
Yeah, so, man.
You know, It is what it is. You got the table, cuz. It's 2 empty chairs. Alive or dead, who you putting in the other 2?
Okay. So I'm gonna go with Fred Hampton. It could be anybody, right?
Ooh, it can
Okay.
be alive or dead.
I'm gonna go with Fred Hampton and Malcolm X.
Somebody gonna knock on your door tonight, cuz.
Hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey,
They know
listen.
what you up to.
Hey, I don't been on social media, man, and said some things. And me and my son did a song. My son rap. Bro, we did a song one time and we said some stuff in this song. I said, man, the feds is gonna come knocking. I already know it.
Right. I ain't mad at that. You gotta do that, man. Look, I mean, we'll get into that in a minute. The superpower. Any superpower in all of comic book movie history of them, what's your superpower gonna be?
You know what? I think mine would be like the power, like Wolverine, like the power of either teleportation, or like Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? The ability to regenerate.
Indeed. My final question. What is your favorite object or thing that is not a family member, not a wife, not a son? What piece of material do you own that is one of your favorite things?
Oh man. And let me think about that. Damn. Well, that's what is my favorite thing? Man. I'm trying to. You know what? Probably more than likely, it would be either my tablet or my laptop.
Okay.
And the reason
I
being,
can dig
man,
it.
is this. And the reason being is because or you can say a phone, because it allows me access to the internet, and there's unlimited wealth of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to read. So it's
Say
either
that
gonna be,
again.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's either gonna be my some type of electronic where I can access the internet, bro. So I can read, man. I gotta have it. I gotta get that knowledge.
So let me do the subtitles. Like, he like all the fly shit that the internet bring, but he actually uses it to gain knowledge and understanding. You could do more shit than put filters on and make spoofs of songs and shit. All
That's
right.
for real.
That's my 5.
All right. Favorite ice cream from the ice cream truck.
You know what? What's that? I can't think of the name of it, but it came in the 3 flavors. It was like the red, white, and blue. I don't remember the name of it
Bomb
no
Pop.
more. What is it?
Bomb Pop.
That favorite of all time. When we
All right.
chased that ice cream truck down, we had to chase it because we had a black ice cream man, right? So he see us running, yeah. So that was my favorite all time, bro. Even now, if I see an ice cream truck, bro, that's what I'm gonna get every time, bro.
I ain't mean to get off subject, but y'all know the ice cream truck jingle is based off of slavery or some
I heard
shit.
that.
They said. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. All right. If you was in a rodeo, you gonna bull ride or horse ride?
You know what, man? I like living on the edge, man. So, you know what? I gotta ride that bull. I gotta try it. You know, I gotta ride that bull.
All right. You rather own a building in New York City or a ranch?
You know what? I'm gonna piss some people off when I say this. Look, I hate New York. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro. So I'm from the South, right? I'm Southern born, bro. So I gotta have that ranch. I gotta have that land. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have it. I don't like the city life. You know what I mean? It's too fast, too crowded. I want land. I want, a little bit of trees.
He talking about property though, cuz that ranch might not get you as much money as that 8x8.
Oh, hey, well, bro, I'm gonna take the ranch. I'm gonna take the ranch.
All right. Fun growing up. The slide or the monkey bars?
Hey, I'm gonna take that slide. Right, the monkey bars is cool, but I'm gonna take that slide unless that mug is hot. Because you remember we had them old metal slides, right? So yeah, I'm gonna take the slide, man, versus the monkey bars. I don't see jokers slip off the monkey bars and bust their head. So I'm gonna take that slide all
day. Knock the whole essence out your body.
Yeah, man.
All
that
right.
slide.
Would you rather be Would you rather be a free animal to roam the land or a free bird to roam the sky?
I'd rather be a bird, bro, so I can fly. You know what I'm saying? Be in that sky, man. I'd rather be, because the sky is unlimited. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna run out of land and hit that. I'd rather be a bird so I can fly.
All right. And what's the last bet you lost?
You know, I don't really gamble, but let me think. Let me think. What's the last one I lost? Might have been on a football game. I'm a Florida State fan, so
Yeah, we know you lost. They lost a lot.
yeah, I lost. Matter of fact, I want to say it might have been last year when we played the Florida Gators. Man, we should have won that game. You know what I'm saying? And down here, you know, like down in the 904, man, our city, you know, it's kind of split. This area is split. North Florida is split. So either up in North Florida, either you a Gator fan or you a Florida State fan. You know, we got very few Miami fans up here. So, bro, all my family, with the exception of maybe my mama, is Gators. So I lost a bet, man. On betting on damn Florida State, bro. But we coming back though. We'll be back this year.
Indeed. That was First Call, man. Shout out April Showers for tuning in. Always a very big supporter. She got a lot of stuff going on, man. Check out her YouTube page. Shout out Pastor Palmer from Let's Talk Under the Tree. Appreciate y'all pulling up with us. Y'all heard about Dwayne Haskins, man?
Bro, that's crazy. Man. That's crazy. And I heard about it. Yeah, bro. And I heard about it earlier today. But you know, and the one thing, man, that I said, bro, is like, you know, people was going in on him last year, bro. You know, saying the dude was lazy, but you know, and he wasn't good and all that, man. But that just said, man, life is short. You know what I mean? Life is short. So some of the same people, bro, that was dogging him, you know, a year or so ago, now
gotta live with that now.
Yeah, bro. Man, life is too short, man. You know what I mean? So I ain't believe it at first. You know, I was like, man, but yeah, that's crazy.
As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna give a couple of moments of silence, man. I lost a classmate. I lost two classmates in the last 3 weeks. I lost one on Tuesday, man. Along with Dwayne Haskins and anybody here recently, man. We just gonna have a quick moment of silence. God bless. So it's a lot of stuff going on, man. And we just gonna take one last stab at the dead horse that is this Will and Chris shit. I told y'all that Jada was Cruella fucking DeVille.
You said it all.
And she bailed out on that motherfucker as soon as she could. Because she don't need safety.
Bro, you came on calling her Cruella DeVille.
Bro, what is special about Jada Pinkett Smith other than the Smith? Let's be real.
She pretty.
And that depends.
I think that's what it is, man. You know, but you know, bro, what's crazy about that is, like, and I know, bro, we're gonna beat this horse, and I'm like you, bro. I'm tired of beating this horse, but let's beat him a little bit more. But people were saying that Will was defending his wife. You know, he was defending his wife. But the crazy part about it is they don't refer to each other as husband and wife. They refer to each other as life partners. Right? Partners. So that's, I don't want to get in trouble when I say this, you know, but because them folk come for your head, but that's what them folks who live the alternative lifestyle often refer to themselves as life partners. Right? So how would you, you know, I don't understand that. You know, you don't defend. Hey, hey, Pastor Paul say Jada must got that. She got that Erica Badu.
No, she ain't got nobody got that. Nobody got that but Erica.
Erica is proven. Erica got 4 or 5 of them boys. Ain't nobody mad at her.
Yeah, no. Hey, bro, it's something, man. I just think that he must have been really in love with her. You know what I mean? He really wanted her, but you know, at the end of the day, maybe she didn't really want him, because everything you see is, you know, saying that she's, you know, still in love with Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So that, I guess, it's just an example of a man who wants a woman and that woman really don't want him.
It's a simp story. At the time, at the time that he met her and she was popping and he didn't know nothing about it, you know, you grow to know people. That's the thing that I appreciate about people that have been in long marriages, long unions. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if you've been with a motherfucker 40 years, 13 of them motherfuckers wasn't that kosher.
Yeah.
Shit, more than that.
You know what I'm saying? So for you to live and go through the shit, like we use love as everything. You know, we don't want to say I love you until we mean it but you're supposed to love everybody anyway.
Yeah.
Why are you putting so much, you know, on that? But as far as that lady go, man, she didn't once jump to stop that man from doing that. She didn't console him or comfort him when he came down from the stage.
Bro, remember
Cruella DeVille, girl.
Hey, remember I said this though. I said Will figured that he would rather walk up on that stage and slap Chris Rock for saying what he said than go home and deal with her.
And that's the truth. I believe that's the truth.
So, man, it's crazy. And he the one, man, at the end of the day, you know, he looking crazy. So now the narrative is, I guess he childhood trauma, which, hey, bro, I believe trauma from childhood is real. You know what I'm saying? But now that's now all of a sudden, that's the narrative, right? So people ain't know that he had any type of childhood trauma before. You know what I'm saying?
Chris Rock said it too, though. Chris Rock said he had childhood trauma from the slap.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, Chris Rock said before this, though, he was bullied as, you know, he'd been
robbed a few times. I mean, chastised by the police.
But you're a comedian too. You talk about people. Like you can't really use that now because somebody disrespect you if you be on stage. Regardless if you disrespect one person or a group.
Chris Rock can say anything he want to say. He got slapped on national TV in front of everybody.
But that's what I'm saying. But you can't use that. Well,
he can say whatever he want to say.
But he said that before, bro. Before this even happened, you know, he talked about him being bullied. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so if somebody talked about you felt bullied, right? Regardless of what happened, you can still crack jokes on this lady about being bald-headed. I'm not talking about the alopecia shit. I'm just talking about a bald-headed lady. You make jokes about, and you talking about you got childhood trauma for being bullied. Like that shit don't go together. Think about that shit now. That shit don't go together. That shit ain't
it kind of do though.
But to me, bro. But that's look, bro. To me, I've been saying this on the jump. He's a comedian, and that's what comedians do, right? And I don't, you know, all the alopecia. I don't think he. How many of y'all knew she had alopecia?
I thought she cut it all off.
Yeah. See, so I don't think that he really knew. So I just think that I don't think that the joke was really a stab at her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was at a low haircut because she cut it all off, and that I think that's what the G.I. Jane reference was, you know, not the fact that, you know, she had this, you know, this disease, you know what I mean? But to me, bro, it was funny because I like G.I. Jane. I like the movie. You know what I mean? So
I watch every time.
And it was a dated reference. How many people under the age of 25 even knew what the fuck he was talking about?
Right. I seen people. I saw people, you know, criticizing him for the joke that had never even seen G.I. Jane.
Exactly.
And I'm talking older folks. I ain't talking about younger. I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
Bro, I'm talking 40, 45, 50, but they had never seen the movie before. So, you know, and people saying, well, you know, isn't alopecia, you know, I personally don't think he was poking her because she had alopecia, because you know what, it's correct. It's not a laughing matter. You know what I mean? And slapping down Sally said it, you know, that a woman's hair, and this in the Bible, is her glory, you know what I'm saying? And I know people that have like lupus and going through some other stuff that they do lose their hair, right? But at the end of the day, if you look at, you know, you got some women that got them low haircuts, bro. They rocking them low haircuts. You know what I'm saying? And Jada's not a bad looking woman, even with the low haircut. You know what I'm saying? So
she could have wore a wig.
Yeah.
If it was all, she could have just wore a wig.
Yeah.
Why would she wear a wig? Why would she wear a wig? That don't make. I mean, if she chose to go bald, she go. I'm not defending her. I'm not defending her. But for the moment, I'm just saying for the moment. Once again,
if you are suffering from self-esteem, I'm just saying she was
trying to embrace it too. She did put that out. She was trying to
say that. Yep.
She did
She
try
said
that. She was. I'm just saying it don't matter. People get slapped up all the time. We just put too much notice on it. You watch people get slapped up at the gas station all the time on social media, and we laugh about it and we go about our business. That shit should not be in the news. I don't care where it was at.
for 2 weeks now.
For 2 weeks, you seen people get slapped up in Walmart where they had to call the cops and shut down the store or whatever, and you hear about it, and then that shit going away. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, yo, I'm tired of talking about it because it really don't make no sense. It doesn't happen. We can't change it. What are we dissecting?
So let me ask y'all this: do y'all think that because hey, bro, I like comedy. You know what I mean? So do y'all think that we gonna start now seeing a rash of people getting offended and jumping on the stage of comedy shows?
I think this is what I think about that. I think 9 out of 10 comedians are the victim of bullies. I think that's where comedy comes from. Comedy comes from pain. What you are going to see is a bunch of motherfucking comedians on Instagram showing you their hands. Because if you think that they only funny, or you think that Chris Rock is the lone comedian that can't defend himself, DC Young Fly already got it somebody.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying? Steve Brown, he caught his little situation in South Carolina. Like, I don't think it's going to start a rash, but what these comedy clubs have to do is they got to put security in them. Comedy clubs are the only clubs that don't have security, like a real security for the act on stage. Like, they might have somebody at the door.
Yeah.
But when does the comedian stop? So y'all saying the security is just for the comic? Like, he can roast anybody for however long they want.
You paid to see him. You did not have to go there. He didn't
But you didn't know you were getting roasted either. You didn't know you were getting roasted.
But you know the chances.
No, you don't. The chances are higher up front than there is anywhere else. Like we watch 85 South, they go through the crowd. That's different. That's different now. They walk through the crowd. Some comedians go through the crowd. That's all I'm saying is you say security is there for the comedians, but when should the comedians stop? They should just never stop. They should just keep going.
I don't think that in comedy, I really, me personally, is comedy. So I don't necessarily think that anything is off limits, right? So everybody know, depending on, I mean, come on, bro. We watch like black comics, bro. They known for roasting jokers. So like, let's say, deal, like I just saw Bruce, right? Bruce. I think I saw Bruce last month. So, bro, you know what they're gonna do. If you sit in that front row, the first couple rows, and they can look out there and see you, and it's something about you that draw attention to yourself, bro, you asking to get roasted. But that's just the name of the game, bro. It's comedy.
I just said, where's the limit, though? Where's the limit of if security is there? I'm just saying, if you bring security in there to protect the comedian, where is the limit to draw the line? Because there is comedians that say there is a line. There is a line that comedians shouldn't cross. Now, there has been several comedians that have said that also.
Okay.
Most comedians have a set, meaning they came there to tell you a express set of jokes. Roasting generally is, I just got on stage, let me feel out the crowd. Yeah. It don't last but 1 to 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that many comedy shows that you've been to where somebody sat on stage and roasted motherfuckers for 25 minutes.
No, there's not 25 minutes, but longer than, I'd say I've seen some on YouTube, but it's smaller comedians. They done did a whole set on 1 or 2 people in the crowd. That's what I'm saying. Right. If you say security is there to protect the comedian, is there a line that can be crossed? Because there's comedians that say there is a line that can be crossed.
But like, what's the line then? Like those who
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What's the line? I'm just throwing it out there,
bro. I just think, like I said, I just personally think, bro, it's jokes. Sometimes people take jokes personal, right? And it's not to be taken personal. So I think I don't think for the line is when a joker get ready to go up on that stage, because at the end of the day, it's just jokes, right? Because like I don't know if I use this as an example. So like you take somebody that's let's say dark skin, right? And ain't none of us light skinned in here, right? But how many people are as adults right now walking around because as kids or they go to a show and somebody pick on them because they dark? You see what I'm saying? You got jokers walking around with mental issues right now. They got a complex. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that it's comedy though. Comedy is based in reality. Like I'm slim, bro, and the Joker can roast me because I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm a slim dude, but I mean, I'm not gonna get offended by it because guess what? I'm slim, so
And
I
I'm
don't think.
fat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
we trying to justify appeasing a crowd of people that volunteer to go see somebody.
No, I'm not.
Where
I'm not
it could
justifying.
happen.
You said security. That's all I was talking about was security part. When you said security,
so security really
should
is
be there. I said for the comedian, but security should be there to break up any melees.
for the safety of everybody. For the safety of everybody.
Well, that should have been security. When Will took 2 steps to the stage,
right?
That definitely should have been on security.
You know what? And you know, it's funny you said that because I brought that up in a group that I'm in. You know, and the reply was that that's my son. I don't. Yeah, I call him back. But it's my son calling me. But I brought it up in another group, and what was said was you in a room full of millionaires, right? And I was like, millionaires don't fight, millionaires don't break the law, you know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. There should have been security there. So when he came up on that stage, you know, but then again, everybody might have thought that, you know, it was a part of the act. So you know what I mean? So they might have security there.
But security, after you stopped the security, you never seen security on the screen.
Yeah, you right. But and I agree with you. There should have been security there, but you know, they didn't even during the commercial break, but they said, hey, Chris Rock didn't want nothing to happen. He wanted to keep the show rolling. So, but I agree with you. So we should have saw some security somewhere, even during the commercial break.
Indeed.
So I mean, I agree, bro. I mean, I'm like, just because they millionaires don't mean millionaires shoot each other all the time. So I mean, you know what I mean? So so yeah, man. I'm just saying, man. You know, that's what. But y'all seen like speaking of that, like T.I. just went off on this chick at a. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
I was proud of that young lady.
Oh yeah, she stood. Yeah, he got it. He got in his feelings. You know what I'm saying? And she said, "This is comedy, right? I'm gonna say what I want to say. You can't criticize me, and then I fire back at you, and then you get mad. So you know." Right. She has a point. It's comedy. Just like y'all remember, ain't nobody come to this is gonna be a bad example, but nobody, you know how everybody joked about R. Kelly, right? That was a running joke, and everybody saw him what he did with that little girl. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody coming to. What about Bill Cosby? Everybody started calling him Bill Cosby. So I think that when you know, I think, bro, what we flirting with when we start trying to put limits on stuff, we flirting with censorship now. Right. Exactly. Now we're speaking about, you know, First Amendment rights. And that's just my opinion. So that's why I say I don't think, you know, nothing off limit. And that's what make comedy funny, because it's based in reality.
Right. I feel a comedian has a duty to, it's a difficult job. You have a duty to entertain. And these people ain't familiar with each other. It might be 300 motherfuckers that, you know, that don't know each other. Half of them people don't know each other. Right. And you got to try to make that room a unit. You know what I'm saying? So, like old Def Comedy Jam, a lot of those dudes wasn't great comedians. They was roasters. Yeah. I didn't like D.L. Hughley for the longest time because all he did was roast people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, flash forward 25, 30 years later, D.L. Hughley is one of the most upstanding people in the world, cuz. Yeah. Intelligent, thought-provoking, up-to-date on current events. He's an advocate for our people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you can't censor the comedians, cuz. Like, I feel like once you do that, again, you infringe upon First Amendment rights. And if you can do that to them, shit, everybody else might as well line up.
Well, everybody else gonna say they're comedians too in the act.
Hey, but you know what's crazy? Okay,
because the Me Too movement go both ways.
Right, but do y'all remember this? Now, I don't think they can do this. I don't know, but y'all remember when In Living Color was on, and they had Damon Wayans. He was doing the handicapped guy, and they did a whole movie on that called Blank Man.
Yep.
Right.
And he was making fun of handicap. He was making fun of handicapped people. Right. So,
But he also made a handicapped person a hero.
right. He did. But the show, bro, because I just was watching some of the episodes of the night, right? And they went all the way in. Nothing was.
Oh, men on film, all of that shit.
Oh,
None of that
man.
shit can be done today.
Yeah, I don't think they get away with that. What? But you know
None
what?
of that shit.
Dave Chappelle spoke the truth, right? And they came for him. You know what I'm saying? They came for him, but Netflix held him down, right? Because people nowadays, bro, they're too sensitive about the truth, right? People are too sensitive about the truth. And at the end of the day, what Dave Chappelle did, in my opinion, is he told the truth. People are too sensitive. Like they got that swimmer who's, I guess he man identifying as a woman, right?
It looked like he had a dick.
Right. So
when he was on that podium, he had a dick.
Right. And then you swimming, right? And then I give, I may say, well, they should have their own category because he shouldn't be swimming with women. And then jokers might come for me and try to cancel me. Right. But at the end of the day, he is a man. You got testosterone. Right. And I mean, right. So, but then but that's the truth. Right.
Well, supposedly they take hormones to dull the testosterone, basically, to bring the testosterone. I don't know if they take estrogen, but it's the testosterone from them. But that man clearly had a dick. Yeah, so he wasn't that deep into it yet.
Once again, your chromosomes dictate if you're a male or a female, correct?
Right.
So that comes out when you're born, correct? That's not that you are labeled by your chromosomes. Before you come out the birth canal, before you come out to the world, you are labeled a male or a female then.
Right.
So you are a male or a female. That's what dictates you to me. I might be wrong for saying that, but that's what you are. That's what you label.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we always said that science was the thing that proved everything. And now we don't even have to believe in science. I'm not even mad that a motherfucker think the world is flat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of the internet and the multitude of ways it can be used, you can go find proof that the world is flat. It's wrong as shit.
Yeah. Especially when they got them shots from space showing that the Earth is round.
Yeah, I never understood that one.
I never understood the Earth flat thing myself.
So you said the Earth was flat. So if you say it's flat, does it still rotate?
And it would have to rotate at the same axis.
Oh, yeah,
that's the same axis all the time.
It couldn't roll this way. It would have to roll this way.
So you believe the other 8 planets are round and Earth is flat?
Are you asking?
I'm just saying, like in theory, like like that's what you're saying.
Yeah. You're right though. Yeah, people say the Earth is flat, but then they want. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but the other 8 planets are round. That's crazy.
But you know what? If the Earth is flat, then too, at some point somebody should have fell off the edge. Right. So, or when we get on these planes, what's the left and right limit? Right. So at some point, Joker should fly off, and I mean, yeah, you're right.
We have flown. I've flown to Korea,
bro.
20-something hours, 20+ hours
in the air.
In the air, and I ain't hit space one time.
Yeah. Or disappeared and like. Hey, that flight to Korea, boy, that's a man. You can go to sleep, wake up, go back to sleep, wake up, and you still flying.
You know that's the best flight I ever been on. Cause first off, it was you can only fly a super huge. You got to fly like a 787, 777, 787 to make that flight. It was literally like 40 motherfuckers on this plane. So we was able to like literally lay across the middle aisle seats to go to sleep. But that's the best flight I ever been on.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a hell of a flight. But you're right though, man. The logic of people saying that the Earth is flat, whereas a lot of times they don't give any reason or logic behind that. I just think that's one of them things that somebody said, and then somebody else caught on to it and say, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. And the next thing you know, everybody want to come back with the theory and all this, that the earth is flat.
But that's where we live now. We live in a place now where your opinion can be stated as fact. Everybody gives their opinion, but they give their opinion factually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like slapping down Sally. She had the points that she wanted to make, and she wanted us to understand her point. But that's your opinion. So I can also feel like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just, it's the nature of the world we live in, man. I hope we get back. Like, I miss regular racism. I miss old funny racism. You know what I'm saying? Like, Irish people always drunk. That shit was just funny.
Yeah.
I was an African booty scratcher growing up because it did not scar me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all
People
the things that we
classify,
classify, but it's because of the classification, because everything that my daddy raised me to be now is toxic. I'm supposed to be mad at the way my daddy raised me?
A is effective, right?
But everything that you went through that wasn't quite the status quo is now trauma.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe that, man. That's not fair.
Because you know why? Because, bro, like, I mean, we from the South, so you know what we went through. Them people let somebody come in and say, well, you're abusing those kids. You know what I'm saying? So they call everything abuse nowadays. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then jokers done got so soft, and I don't want to open up this can of worms and say, well, is it this whole, feminine movement or whatever it is? You know what I'm saying? It's something that's going on because, you got dudes walking around here wearing these damn nut hugging skinny jeans and all of this. You know what I mean? And then, jokers can identify you born. Man, I don't want to go here, but you born a man. You said it. You born a man, right? But then you can identify as a woman, and then Joker's supposed to call you. Joker's supposed to call you a woman. Well, hell, if I identify as rich, y'all gonna call me rich?
Hell no.
So I mean, it's just society as a whole, man. It has flipped, and everybody, man, is too sensitive nowadays. And bro, I'm telling you, we see it reflected. You got parents afraid of kids now, right?
Which was never a thing when we was kids.
Yeah, man, if my son walk out that room right now and he come in talking slick, I'll choke him out right here on this camera. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, bro. I don't care. Listen, I don't care if you grown or not. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like, with granddaddy, when daddy came around, boy, we feared them, and it wasn't like fear as in scared of, but it was a fear of reverence and respect. You know what I'm saying? So some of that, man, it just that reverence and that respect, is kind of going away. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to throat punch these kids every once in a while to remind them.
But it caters to, and I hate to say this, it caters to the prisons, it caters to the jail, it caters to the courtroom, because you're gonna have to go through all that shit to defend why you slapped your child, and then when they say your child should be taken away and given to somebody else, your child might still end up in that same predicament, in jail for killing somebody, robbing somebody, whatever. So it all goes back to that. It caters to the prisons and the jails. It caters to Section 8 homes. It caters to everything that people are trying to get away from.
And bro, that's it.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now you got it, bro. Go ahead.
I don't know how many of y'all watch Atlanta, and I don't want to give out like no whole bunch of spoilers, but because my brother brought up the point of, you have something happen between your kids, you go to discipline what you think is discipline. Somebody sees it as an abuse, and they take your kid. You don't know that the life of your kid is any better, and you know what your intentions were. You know what I'm saying? So now your kid is a foster with 4 other fosters from some lady that just wants some money and don't want to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
are we just because you see it as abuse and I see it as discipline? That is no reason for you to remove my kid. Like, if I go to your house, right, and I see you tearing your son ass up, I feel some kind of way. But then I have enough sense to look around the house. Oh shit, it's clean in this motherfucker. They got snacks on the table. You know what I'm saying? His room clean. You know what I'm saying? His clothes clean. Maybe he ain't being abused. Maybe he just fucked up today.
Yeah.
Because abuse is 24/7 to me.
Yeah. And you know what? And that's what somebody, I just saw the comment. Somebody said the system is messed up. And it's like, it's, you know, and that's a true statement because it's like this, man. Like the way the system is, they'll tell you. Now, I've seen sometimes like police officers, you know, you tighten your kid up and they'll come out and what did he do? All right, you know what? Go on over there and handle your business. But then sometimes when they go to school, the schools are mandatory reporters. So you know, you beat your kid and you know, bro, I know we used to go to school with whips all over us or whelps, you know what I'm saying, from switches, right? But it wasn't abuse. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's almost like this. So, depending on where you are, the system will tell you that you can't, I won't say discipline your kid. I don't want to use the term beat because, you know, people, you know, you can't discipline your kid. But then they get caught up in the system, right? And then folks the law come and beat them half to death. Right, and write a report on it, and it's justified. The system is the system is messed up.
Between that and put them on some type of drug they don't need to be on,
bro. That's a whole nother. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole man. They got kids, man. They got kids messed up because they don't. You know, I understand that some kids do need medication, right? Whether it's Ritalin or whatever. But a lot of these kids, the only thing they need to do is they need somebody to put that belt on them or put one of the switches on them. That's what a lot of these kids need.
Give them something to fucking do. You know what I'm saying? Give them. I'm with Cat Williams on that shit, and that's just because I can tell that story. My mother told me. They told me I was hyperactive. They put me on Ritalin. My mom said I was walking around looking like a fucking zombie.
Like a zombie.
And she took me off of that shit. Period, point blank. Of course, my behavior went back to what it was, but then you give people shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Baseball teams, learning karate. Like, you have to find a way to expend that energy in other ways.
So
you know what I'm saying?
I got a question for that. I got a question about that. So then, do y'all think because like over the past maybe I say about 30 years, we've seen an increase of kids on all type of medications. Do you think that's a result? Like you said, give them something to do. Because remember, we used to play. You know, we used to play in these damn neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So when I go through a neighborhood and I see kids out playing, like when I go back to my mama's house, my nieces and nephews and all the kids in the neighborhood, they still out riding bikes and playing. But you go through some neighborhoods and these kids in the house, right? And they weak. The strongest thing on some of these kids nowadays is this right here and this right here from on them games.
Allergic to grass, because I never thought I heard some shit. This lady told me her son was allergic to grass.
Shit, I'm allergic to cutting that motherfucker. I hate cutting grass. I hate them motherfuckers. No, but I what they also did is they took certain things away from the community as far as also as in you disciplining my child when I'm not there. When I say discipline, hey, stop that, son. Like, that's been taken out too, because nobody wants somebody else talking to their kids. And that one
I'm so sick of hearing that shit.
Yeah, that one little of somebody else in the neighborhood correcting your child, not putting their hands on like, hey, I'm telling your mama. Yeah. When they took that away, that allowed these kids to take one extra step, something going in the wrong direction. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that one, I'm gonna tell your mom could have stopped that kid at that moment right there. But people are afraid to talk to somebody else's kids now, so that's allowing them kids to take one extra step and doing something else. And then with the video games and everything else, and then it's also there's a lot of crazy people out in the world, so people don't want to have their kids run the streets like we was back in the day.
Yeah,
but we could literally leave the house at 9 o'clock in the fucking morning, and as long as we beat the street light, they ain't seen us all day.
But we had more resiliency when it comes to people we don't know coming up to us.
Right. That's
Compared to now, because now, shit, I seen the kid 13. I know he was 8. He looked 18. I know he looked 18. But he was only 13 years old. But you have stuff like that happening now. And then, like I said, you add the pills and you add all this other crazy stuff, the video game shit, the news with the kids even watching the news with these kids shootings in the school. Like all that stuff is stuff we didn't have to deal with back in the day. But now these kids got to deal with it.
Yeah,
but I don't think pills is the answer.
Yeah, I just think a lot of these kids don't. Well, part of it is they don't really play no more. It's just like you said. They ain't have. I mean, y'all remember when the Atlanta child murders happened? Y'all remember that? To me, that changed the game. Well, I'm way down here in Florida. That happened in Atlanta, but we were terrified. But part of the problem is like you said, we go out and play, and mom and them wherever they at. But since times have changed, the problem is a lot of parents don't want to be outside watching their kids, so they'd rather put them in front of the TV, the babysitter, or them video games. You know what I mean? So it's just like I know, like I said, in my old neighborhood, my mama still live in the same house where I grew up. So a lot of the kids, they in the neighborhood playing. So when I go down there, I'm out. If my nieces and nephews and kids, I'm standing outside the whole time, right? I'm standing outside watching them because I'm like that neighborhood uncle. You know what I mean?
Right.
To make sure that the kids are safe and that the kids can play. But a lot of people ain't like that. So you got nowadays, man, people will drop their kids off a playground and gone. You know what I mean? So I mean, people ain't, jokers put them in front of the TV. That's the babysitter now.
It's go ahead.
No, it is a little harder to parent a child now than it was back then for shit. Everything in the economy costs so much. Even before everything went up these last couple of months, the economy as a whole, parents, I ain't gonna say parents. I know parents are working hard and long hours, but parents are working longer hours for them financial goals and those financial treats, as in trips and all the other stuff. But when you do that, you're gonna take something else away, and that's what they're taking away.
And that's crazy, man. People working, man. Just like now, man. Like everything's going up, right? With the inflation, everything's going up except for wages. So now you got parents like, bro, they working when people work 8, 10, and 12 hours. Now you got people working 12, 14, and 16 hours. And then sometimes now you got some parents working 2 and 3 jobs just to try to make it.
Just to make it.
You know what I'm saying? So then people like Moses is like, well, people don't want to work nowadays. And the government gave out all this money. So if I can make more money sitting on the couch versus going out here slaving on this damn job, and my kids.
I was so mad at that unemployment, boy. I ain't even about to lie. I was working every day. I didn't miss no time hitting nobody. A week and a half. It was 7 days where it took for my company to get us infrastructure and get us shit at the home before we could work. Bruh, if you making $900 a week for not doing shit, who turning that down? I almost quit.
But that's also catering to the kids, because the kids at that time period saw that mom and daddy sitting at home making money. The light's still on, food on the table. But I got a partner. He drive about an hour to work. He worked 12 to 15 hours a day. Still got to drive back home another hour.
Okay.
And he doing that at least 6 days a week. I'm like, bro, the money. I know the money good because we don't talk about the money good, but look what you giving up, bro. Because your health is automatically declining. A lot.
Yeah.
Even if you wake up feeling good, that's time. That's your body right there. Because he do manual labor type stuff. So, and then that's time with his kids. Everybody's me mentally, I'm not for that. It ain't got nothing to do with the work. I just don't want to be working all them hours.
Yeah, jobs is for suckers, cuz. Fuck that. People always talk about you'll feel better if you work a hard job. No, I feel better just to survive and be able to do what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, no, let's not get it twisted. My sense of fulfillment stopped coming from a job a long time ago. You feel me? However, we gonna do this thing. We gonna try to wrap this thing up, man.
Hey, let me ask y'all one question real quick. It happened in South Carolina. The dude that ran down the chick and lit her ass on fire. The man ran the chick down, threw gas on her, and lit the match.
It's certain crimes that I feel like your punishment should be the crime.
Well, I just about to say that. They had to run him down and light him on fire. Throw gas on him and set him on fire.
No, we're not gonna run him down. We're gonna tie you to this goddamn stake, and we just gonna throw fire on you.
That's that damn. What's that shit? The witch. What's that shit up north?
Yeah, the Salem witch hunt. The Salem witch hunt.
Yeah, but dude ran her down and lit her ass on fire.
Was that his?
I need to know.
I don't know the story behind it. It happened here. It happened here in Columbia this week right here. I didn't read the story. That was enough.
It don't even matter, cuz like unless he can say she directly gave him AIDS or something, just like I don't even know what would justify you setting the motherfucker on fire, cuz.
And he ain't use no gas jug. They say he had like a Kool-Aid jug. All right, that shit ain't funny.
A pitcher of gas.
In the mason jar.
We normally do what we call a time capsule, and that's just on some, entertaining things or things that we could do to look forward into the future. Let's do five principles. Maybe we don't have the answer on how to correct them, but 5 things to put people on notice, whether that be law enforcement interaction, social services, making shit fair with these terribly inflated prices, like 5 principles that need to be investigated for an overhaul.
I'm gonna start.
Let's go.
You
can go all 5,
bruh. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna make 5 because the criminal justice system needs to be overhauled.
Okay.
Right?
It needs to be overhauled.
They got to look at the criminal justice system. You know what I mean? And people that's running for these offices, we need to stop. Right? Matter of fact, the criminal justice system need to be overhauled. Right? This 2-party system that we have in the country, the politics, right? Right? That's my second one. That needs to be overhauled. You know what I mean? Because, bro, they have to. We got a 2-party system, and these people don't care nothing about the public,
anybody.
Right? They only care about getting power. You see what I'm saying? So we need to overhaul this political system. All right. 3, we need to take a look at our school systems, because these kids, they ain't learning nothing. Teachers, and hey, shout out to all the teachers out there. Hey, I love y'all for what y'all do. You know what I mean? But their hands are tied, because a lot of times they got to, depending on the state, they got to teach these kids to pass the test and not truly teach them. Right. So,
and it's hard to beat out Instagram for popularity.
Yeah, bro. So we need to overhaul the education system. Right.
Okay.
Another thing we need to overhaul, my number 4, the police. Now, I'm not a defund the police type person, right? I never say defund the police, because you got a lot of police agencies that are underfunded as it is, right? You got agencies walking around here. These jokers, everybody want to cry about body cameras and all this stuff, but you got a lot of agencies that can't afford it because they're not funded enough as it is. So I'm not a defund the police, but they need to overhaul. They need to go back to, as far as policing, we need to go back to community-oriented policing. We need to go back to protect and serve, right? When you see these police jokers and they start talking about the thin blue line, or you see these damn people with, like, if you ever seen police officers with the Punisher symbol, right? Well, if you look at the Punisher was a vigilante, right? You're not a vigilante. You're a public servant. You know what I'm saying? So they need to overhaul and they need some type of police reform, starting with the police academy. You know what I mean? In the way that it's taught. I think 5, I think that, and I'm just speaking, we need to go back and relook our community. And I'm saying, like, the Black community. We need to look at what we're actually doing. You know what I'm saying? Because that whole, it takes a village to raise a child concept, that village is gone. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we need to go back, and take a look at that. And this y'all said this earlier about a lot of people don't want to say, hey, get offended when you say something to their kid, or I'm gonna tell your mama. You know what I mean? Well, or your daddy. That's what we got to go back to. You see that joker cutting up. Now I ain't gonna put my hands on you, but when your mama come home or your daddy come home, I'm gonna tell them.
Know.
Right? But at the end of the day, mom and daddy, you can't get offended because Miss May next door, well, it ain't Miss May no more because Miss May and Miss Louise and them gone. But Miss Quisha next door, tell you, and you can't get offended. So that's my 5 that I think we need to put on notice and overhaul, bro.
I think that's a good 5. Cause you got any that you want to add, Carolina?
Definitely the school system needs a overhaul. Like you said, these teachers need to be rewarded. These teachers need to be rewarded like the people representing us in the political scene. Their income needs to raise for what they're doing because they are teaching the future. And if they feel unappreciated, undervalued, but they still need to check, they're gonna be lazy at their job. That definitely needs an overhaul. They need to add ownership. When I was growing up, my senior year, we had entrepreneurship. That should be taught in elementary school. Ownership as far as entrepreneurship as far as business, but then also like teaching them land, the importance of having land, stuff like that. They need to teach at a lower rate, at a lower education level, because how can you teach Spanish, French, and English in 4th grade, but you won't teach these kids how to run a business in 4th grade? You can teach them another language, but you can't teach them business. That makes no sense. They definitely need to do that. Healthcare needs to be changed. Germany and Canada have free healthcare.
Switzerland, shit, a bunch of places.
We don't have
a bunch of first world countries.
Yeah, and we don't. That right there affects the workforce because some people can't afford healthcare, and the people that have a job can't afford it because it's coming straight out their check. So you losing, a family of 4 might be losing $500 a paycheck. $500, especially with gas going up, that's a lot. Yeah. To say, I refuse to go to the doctor because I don't want to pay this copay.
Right.
Right. I do think, I'll say this is the last one. The snitching.
But that's a whole other show.
It has to be redefined. Because snitching goes more than you just telling the cops. If you a hood dude, right, and you see somebody get killed, but you tell your partner, that's still snitching because you don't know who your partner gonna tell. So you can't say it's okay to tell him, but it's not okay to tell the police or the paramedic or the fire department that's first on the scene. The community needs to come together to survive. The difference between tattletailing and snitching. Let's get it straight. But if somebody in your family gets murdered, don't hold that shit in.
Nah, to me, and I think it's been like that. I think the people on the outside try to make it seem another way. If you are dealing drugs with your homeboy and you tell on your homeboy, that is snitching. You know what I'm saying? If you in the community where a 3-year-old girl gets shot and you know who did that shit, that is public service.
That's a fact.
Snitching only come in when you are in the crime that you're doing and you tell on another motherfucker thinking that your situation is going to make your situation better or lighter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's a whole nother, that whole snitching thing. Bro, that's a whole nother. I'm telling you, because we don't let these rappers and these jokers con us and no snitching. But bro, I'm telling y'all, when them mugs get knocked off and them people tell them you facing 20, man, I need to talk to a detective, man. Bro, they tell him he did it. I'm telling you. But they got the community.
First 48 ain't hide from nobody.
Bro,
that's when I knew.
Bro, hey, they get that joke, that drink or that cigarette. All right, man, I'm gonna go. Bro, I'm telling you, and sometimes they don't show it. But dog, when folks start looking at how much time, dog, I'm telling you, ain't nobody taking time no more. And they don't lie to us as a community, bro. Snitches get stitches. But when you get down there, and you looking at 15 calendars. Oh, bro, I'm telling you, they telling.
People get misconstrued because we had an episode with the therapist Garrett Lawton, and every person, every human, every animal, whatever, has a survival mode. That shit triggers. It knows when to turn on. When that judge hit that gavel, you had to survive before you hit that gavel, and now you got to survive after you hit that gavel. And the best way, and that should start in that interrogation room. That survival mode
after the gavel is too late. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Well, when you go to prison, you still got to survive.
Survive.
That's what I'm saying. You still got to survive when you go to prison. But before that gavel, you in that interrogation. Matter of fact, when the cops come find you, when they knock on your door, and you know you get that feeling, that feeling you get before you get the ass whooping. Your parents, when you know you about to get the ass whooping, when that feeling kick in, that's when your survival mode kick in. And people start snitching. I just don't think it should get to that point, bro. Especially if you had nothing to do with it. You have nothing to do with it, and you're not gonna snitch.
Yeah,
that's another show. So we gotta have you back, Cee Hess. We gotta have you back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. These hours, man, they going by quicker and quicker, man.
Yeah,
but what I like to say is, I appreciate. This is another reason why we need the internet. I happen to believe that the internet is the devil. But it's only for the devil inside the person using it. You can use it for good, obviously. And we need to see more of us or people like us that are having the conversation that we have it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Whether you agree or disagree, become a part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? With your group of people. You know what I'm saying? You know what's wrong with your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And activism starts with a conversation. That's all I'm going to say, man. Look, it is the last call, man. We're about to leave the bar. This is your time to, do whatever you want to do. You can be motivational. You can curse somebody out. You can plug whatever you got going on, share your social media, anything like that.
So, look, you see that in the background and see my hat? You know what I'm saying? Hey, so I got this YouTube channel, man. It's called Motivated Minds, right? And what I do is, and I got a team of folks. What we do, bro, is we're working on a nonprofit. So we work with at-risk youth, you know what I mean, and try to keep these kids out of the streets. We active in the community, man. We give out backpacks and we do all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing, man, is that I would like to do is encourage people. Anybody, man. If you're not already doing it, get involved in the community and get involved with the lives of our youth, because all of them out there ain't committing crimes, because we got some very bright minds. We really do. And the bright minds that we have out there, they don't get enough credit for it. When you flip on the news, the only thing you see is these jits out here shooting and killing each other. But we got some bright minds. But for those ones that ain't so bright, decide they're committing crimes, we got to get involved with them, because I learned something, man. People say that, we all say it, that these kids are our future. But believe it or not, these kids, especially these teenagers, they are present. You know what I'm saying? They are present. So we, as a people, man, we got to get involved with our youth. You know what I'm saying? We got to, bro, because we are losing a lot of them. So, hey, I just encourage people, man, if you're not already doing so, get involved with the community, whether you're mentoring, take some time, man. 30 minutes, an hour a day. You ain't got to go into the schools, but you can go back down to your neighborhood or wherever and just talk to these kids, man, and tell them what life, and be real with them and tell them what life all about.
That's what's happening, man. I just pulled up Motivated Minds, spelled exactly like it sounds.
The logo.
Y'all go check out Cee Hess and subscribe to Motivated Minds. Carolina, what you got for the people?
I always scream networking, but off this episode, I'm gonna say women are a beautiful creation. You've been a woman since, like I said, the chromosomes. Now you got people that decide to be women. I'm not talking to them right now. But a woman that has been a woman, that's been declared a woman, has been classified as a woman, been labeled as a woman before they came out the canal. You are appreciated, and I'm just taking time to put y'all on the pedestal now. We appreciate you.
Indeed. My final call is let's keep an open mind. Let's do things. We've already done it the way that we've done it, and that hasn't quite worked out. So let's find new ways to do things, man. Let's get in these conversations. Show these people that you are up to par and ready for the conversation. Let them know that you are interested and that you do have a dog in the fight, as they say. It's the bottom of the bottle, man. Like I said, sometimes we're gonna laugh and we're gonna kiki and we're gonna bullshit, and sometimes it's gonna be really fucking real. Tonight was a real conversation, and I'm glad that y'all was here with us to do that. Y'all know the whole YouTube thing, man. Like this shit, share this shit, subscribe, check out Motivated Minds, and man, we'll catch y'all on Wednesday.